Carmilla here from Asleep at Last. Welcome to another one of my videos. So today I'm talking about the very familiar topic, which is overtiredness, but I really want to talk about what exactly is overtiredness, how can you avoid it, and what can you do about it. So overtiredness, people typically know it as the point at which there is no return. So basically, babies or toddlers get so tired, they're then overtired, and it's harder for them to sleep. Now, this happens because babies and toddlers actually need to have a sleep biologically at a certain time throughout the day. These certain time frames are called awake windows. An awake window is the period of time in which your baby or toddler can stay awake before biologically they need a nap. Now, what happens with the biology side of things is that there's two hormones controlling sleep, and that is cortisol and melatonin. Melatonin is a sleepy hormone, and cortisol works in the opposite way to keep us awake. If you don't put your baby or toddler to sleep within their recommended awake window, cortisol will start to rise, melatonin will start to drop. The imbalance of the two hormones then means that you have a very overtired child that just cannot settle to sleep. And when they do eventually fall asleep, they have a very restless night or nap, and they wake frequently. So the reason why awake windows are important then are because they are the point at which melatonin is starting to rise. If you can catch baby before the cortisol starts to rise and catch them as melatonin is rising, you will be putting them down to sleep at the perfect time. Awake windows vary by age, from newborn right through to toddler age, and they also vary in between naps and bedtime. So it is useful to have a guide that you can refer back to for relevant awake windows for your child. If you haven't already, then please sign up to my email list, because I actually give you a free nap guide with age appropriate windows on there, and you can use that with you, take that with you as your baby or toddler grows, and you can extend the awake windows as they get older. So if your awake window for your child is 2.5 hours, for example, it's important to remember that you want them to go to sleep within the awake window. Lots of parents get confused about this. They try and put their child to sleep at the end of the awake window. So for example, if the awake window is 2.5 hours, you want to try and get your child up to bed after about 2 hours. Start doing a little bit of a wind down routine, 10 minutes of songs, books, get them into their sleep bag, and then let them have 10 to 15 minutes of trying to settle themselves where they're really relaxed and can just drift off to sleep at the end of the awake window. Awake windows can vary by 15 to 30 minutes either side, so you may need to play around with the actual awake window to find your child's perfect awake window. So for example, if the awake window, again, if it's recommended it's 2.5 hours, you may find that your baby cannot make it past 2 hours, or you may find that your baby is wide awake after 2.5 hours and they actually need 3 hours awake window. So play around with it, find your child's ideal awake window, and then when you found it, stick to it like glue, put them to sleep within the awake window, and you will find that it is much easier to put your little ones to sleep and that they sleep better. Doing this is how you will keep on top of overtiredness. This is how you will avoid overtiredness even being an issue. What happens with overtiredness is that if you're not following awake windows, you're just looking for sleepy cues, which can be a sign that your baby is actually overtired. So you're tired anyway. So yawning and rubbing their eyes and tired signs that we typically associate with a baby being tired can actually mean that your little one is overtired and exhausted. And so by the time you get them up to bed, you've completely missed the window. Some babies and toddlers don't have any tired signs at all. So knowing the awake window takes the guesswork out of it. And it means that you will completely avoid the overtiredness battle that comes with them fighting sleep. So stick to the awake windows regularly throughout the day, and you will get your baby or toddler to bedtime, ready for bed at the perfect moment. You'll catch them when they're relaxed and ready for sleep. And they will have a much better night's sleep as well. It also helps in terms of their behaviour. So a baby and toddler that is overtired and chronically sleep deprived will be miserable. Just like we are when we're tired, they will be cranky, they will be difficult to deal with. In toddlers, the behaviour can be really bad. They can even be particularly hyperactive, where they can't calm down. They just cannot, regulate their emotions, and they're all over the place. Babies are, you know, typically very grumpy, and you just don't want that. You know, babies and toddlers should go to sleep ready for sleep and wake happy and contented, not grumpy and miserable and still tired. And overtiredness will build over time, and sleep debt builds over time, and then you can have a really huge chronic problem on your hands. So take it back to the awake windows. Use my guide as a really useful tool to get them to sleep within those awake windows, and you'll find they settle onto a regular 3 or 4 nap schedule that gives you the predictability to your days. You'll see naps start to get longer. You'll see a happier, more contented baby, and everybody's a winner. So I hope you found that useful. Please hit like if you did, and remember to subscribe to my channel to be notified of when I do new videos. Thanks, guys.